If you are running an e-commerce business, this is probably going to be the most important video that you watch this year, because I have been able to reverse engineer the system, the creative system that brands like True Classic, Ridge Wallet, Dr. Squatch, Javi Coffee, etc. use to produce highly engaging and highly converting ad creatives that generate them hundreds of millions of dollars in yearly sales. And basically, I've condensed everything into this 28-page PDF document so that you can basically implement it yourself, start seeing some results, and of course then hire us to do this for you at a much higher level and basically complete it out for you so that you can focus on the most important tasks for your business. So my name is Lachizar, and I am the founder of an advertising agency that works with 7, 8, and 9-figure businesses and helps them scale through Facebook, TikTok, and IG ads, plus also producing the content that would allow them to scale their ad spend to 6, 7 figures a month. So I'm not gonna waste your time anymore. I am going to remove my beautiful face from the screen, and we are gonna dive deep into this PDF. Pay attention to it, like give me 5 minutes, and I promise you that you're gonna watch the video until the end, because once again, this is probably going to be the most valuable video that you can watch all year long, because this is the exact system, like everything broken down into actionable steps, 6 or 7 steps that you can implement like tomorrow and start seeing massive success within the next 60 to 90 to 120 days. All right, let's jump right into it. The $100 million creative system, and basically, once again, how brands like True Classic, Ridge Wallet, Dr. Squatch, Javi Coffee produce super engaging and highly converting ad creatives that generate hundreds of millions of dollars in yearly sales. So you can use their system to get your own brands to this 7 and 8 figure in annual recurring revenue mark. I assume that you have already heard of the success of True Classic that basically they have accumulated since their inception. This is a screenshot from a Forbes article. True Classic racks up $250 million in 4 years with men's basics, women's next. I would assume that they would probably hit the $1 billion mark when they introduce women's collection. So 250 M's in the 4 years sounds pretty much unachievable. I completely sure that you are aware of how difficult it is right now to navigate the social media landscape because of higher CPAs, higher CPMs, more expensive clicks. It's basically everything seems to be going in the wrong direction. The economy seems to be in its worst shape for the past 15 years, so it's extremely hard to grow right now. Nonetheless, brands like those are still able to grow year after year. And everybody knows that media buying hacks and strategies are just an outdated approach. And if you really want to grow your e-commerce business at the same pace, basically you need to focus your attention on creatives. So in 2023, everyone is focusing on creatives. Cracking the code there and creating a system of highly engaging direct response ad creatives is your best shot at going big. So we are going to look at the ad libraries of the most successful D2C brands right here. And we're not going to look at those screenshots because I have actually opened their ad libraries right here. So as you can see, True Classic, 380 different ads running right now. And basically you will see that out of, 15 ads, none of them are actually the same as the others, because here, even if you have two of the same people, they have 2 different hooks, 2 different thumbnails. Avoid these 3 things when buying men's shirts. How t-shirts could fit on men, other brands True Classic, other brands True Classic. But as you can see here, they're testing pretty much everything. The ad copy in the headline, I would assume that the hook is completely different. Here, my boss thought I lost 15 pounds overnight. My coworker asked me if I had lost weight. So it seems like it's the same ad, but the caption is different. And the hook, the voiceover of the hook is just as you can see it on the screen right here. Dad bots deserve better t-shirts. Trust me, you want this shirt. They're testing a lot, and if you are not testing as much as they are, first of all, you're not generating the best results for your business. You are not fulfilling on your full potential, and you probably are not growing as much as you want to grow. Here, as you can see, this is my husband's favorite shirt. I thought my husband lost 15 pounds overnight. But different creatives, same headline. So as you can see here, they're experimenting with yeah, they're experimenting so much. True Classic is an example that you need to follow, a brand that you need to follow and basically consistently spy on their ad creatives. Let's have a look at the Rage wallet. Same thing right here, hands down the best wallet, but the thumbnail is the same, but the hook is completely different. For some reason, this is not playing, so let me just refresh the screen.
Right now, Rage.
Summer primetime sale.
Right now.
Summer primetime sale with a completely different hook, green screen, customer reaction, summer primetime
Right
sale, another different hook, static images, 24 hours only, testing everything under the sun that they can test. As you can see here, no two creatives are the same, even though the product might be the same. The creatives are just not, like different products, different color schemes, different headlines, etc., different styles. The perfect wallet doesn't exist. The review is completely different from the review that you see right here. So they're testing the reviews, basically what makes people buy. Like, I can go on and on, just looking at the Ridge Wallet's ads library, 120 different ads. Javi, 56 different ads. No two ad creatives are the same. As you can see right here, they're testing pretty much everything that could be tested.
Make a healthy
caramel apple latte with me. Here, make a healthy iced tuxedo latte with vanilla, like whatever. You can see, I would assume that you already get my point. If we look at Dr. Squatch, it's pretty much the same thing. Like, no two ad creatives are the same. And yeah, if you're not doing this, you're basically like, first of all, you're lighting up your money on fire. Second of all, you're just slowing down the growth of your business because you're not experimenting as much as you should. So 710 ads, like absolutely crazy what Dr. Squatch have been achieving in the last few years, and the amount of creatives that they have been testing. All right, so I don't know if you noticed, but you see, you should have seen that no two ads are the same, and this tells you pretty much everything you need to know about what's working right now in the D2C space. I have spent months studying what the top dogs in the space are doing, and yeah, right now I'm just going to show you in as much detail as I can how those 9-figure businesses approach advertising on social media, and more specifically how like the exact strategy that they follow to generate hundreds of converting ad creatives on a monthly basis, not yearly but monthly basis, and most of them getting 6+ figures in ad spend, so 100k plus in ad spend for a single creative. So here's what we're going to talk about. These are going to be the talking points of this video. Step 1 would be how to source and hire content creators. Step 2, getting to know your ideal customer. Step 3, content production and why modular creatives work so well. Step 4 is going to be post-production and communication mastery. Step 5 is going to be distribution, and step 6 is going to be analysis and iteration. These are all of the steps that you need to go through in order to scale your business. And at the end, I'm going to show you how we as an agency are able to scale our own clients and our own brands using the same exact system. Like, I would show you examples for $1 million years and $1 million plus months. So different scope of work for the different brands, but every time we're able to achieve the same predictable growth for them. If you go through these steps, you will be equipped with all of the information that you need to add 6 figures in extra monthly sales for your brand within 90 to 120 days. And I'm not like, this is not a statement that I just came up with today after waking up. This is just proven by hundreds of thousands and if not millions of dollars in ad spend. We've used the system to generate millions in sales for the D2C brands that we work with, so it's just proven to work. All right, cool. So step 1, of course, would be sourcing and hiring content creators, because as you can see here, all of the content that you see right here is generated with the help of like actors, or just regular user-generated content, just people inside the video endorsing the product, talking more about it, showing the product, demonstrating the benefits of it, etc., etc. So it's all about UGC content. Of course, static images are super important as well, but video is still the top-performing ad type for us, and apparently for the big brands in the space. So I would assume that you need to I would suggest that you focus your attention on producing more user-generated content and more video content. So, of course, in order for you to do this, you need to source and hire content creators. Everything starts with having enough talent to create ads that you are going to be running on social media. And we personally like to use platforms such as Incense, Backstage, Twitter, Upwork to source those content creators. As you can see here, Backstage was the first platform that we experimented with, and we created 2 different job posts, and we got more than 1,500 people apply. So a lot of talent. First post generated 1,000 responses. Second post generated 500 replies. So even if you do only Backstage, you are still going to be able to find content creators, like a lot of content creators, for an extremely short amount of time. I think you have to pay something like $20, I think, to post the job, but I think it's worth it. Like, for me, it was a no-brainer. This is basically the product description, the job description that you need to put into your or I guess that we put into our job. So we were seeking UGC content creators, 35, 50 years old, and then all the good stuff right here. So feel free to pause the video and copy what we have written right here. Platform 2 would be Twitter. There are a lot of UGC creators hanging out on Twitter, and as you can see here, I did a post. This is like 6 months ago, looking for a male UGC creator for a few projects on a monthly basis. Comment down below with your portfolio. If you type a female, you're going to get a lot more exposure and a lot more comments. So for males, 7,000 impressions, 80 people commented. So yeah, like even if you do a single tweet, you can generate like 80 people applying to work for you, produce content for you. So use the UGC Twitter space to find experienced content creators. Expect to pay them 100 to 250 for really high quality content. If you, of course, have them produce and script and edit the videos themselves. If you want to just get the raw files from them, they are going to be willing to charge you less, because it's just much less work involved, and that's the approach that we take. We contact the content creators and we get raw files that we then script and edit through the help of our creative team, so creative strategist and video editor. So that's how we do. And out of one single script, we can basically create like 3 to 5 to even 10 different variations with different hooks, different headlines, different voiceover, different sequences of the building blocks. So it just allows us for much more flexibility and allows us to test more and scale faster, because we have more content to experiment with, and respectively more winners. Upwork is good if you look for content creators outside of US or Canada, because Backstage and Twitter are going to be your best bet if you're looking for North American talent. But if you want European talent, plus much cheaper than Backstage on Twitter, 2 to 3 times cheaper, just use Upwork. Here, as you can see here, 3 days ago, in 3 days, we were able to generate 25 applications. All of them were pretty much qualified, because we have a certain criteria that if they don't meet, they don't apply. So out of those 25, pretty much all of them were very, very good at producing the content that we needed them to produce for us. So the next step, of course, is to hire a VA from the Philippines, from like $3 to $5 per hour, to go through all of the applications and contact the ones that fit into a certain criteria. Our criteria is more than 10K but less than 50K followers on social media. That's including Instagram and TikTok. Have at least 3 videos on TikTok with 100K plus views, because this would mean that they understand, have an idea of how to produce what works on social media, how to produce this type of content, etc., etc. 10K and 50K, between 10K and 50K, because these are the influencers that are gonna charge you a reasonable amount of money, because there are some content creators that have absolutely no idea how much they should charge. And I've heard horror stories of brands paying like $800 per video to $3,000 per video, which was it makes no sense to pay that much. You need to find people that have good lighting and aesthetically pleasing background, because you don't want them to have a messy bedroom if they film their sheets on their bed, or messy, living room if they have to shoot something in this area. So Make sure to pick people with good lighting and aesthetically pleasing background, clear voice and perfect English. Of course, we are advertising in the English-speaking market, so we want people that naturally speak English. That's why the majority of our talent is based in the United States or Canada. So if they pass, we send them an introductory message saying that we love their portfolio, asking them to complete a questionnaire so that we have their details in our internal database. Most of them would be willing to do this for you. And this is how the questionnaire really looks like. So first name, last name, country, email address, age, gender, what kind of brands are you going to be interested in working with, link to portfolio, which brands are you already working with right now, link to your TikTok account, and suggested hourly or like video rate that of course they would want to get. This is the questionnaire that we send them out, and we use ClickUp to manage our talent. So whenever they fill out this questionnaire right here, they're automatically added to our database of content creators. So it's the easiest. ClickUp is the easiest for us to manage the talent, to create automations that send out emails automatically to the content creators whenever we move them through a different stage. And as you can see here, this is a screenshot from our internal ClickUp dashboard. So here you will see 115, I think, different content creators up until now in the different stages. So here we have 65 new applicants, approved content creators for this particular brand, or 15 content creators that have not accepted our terms because probably they would want higher compensation, 35. So you're gonna get a decent amount of people that don't want to work for cheap, but you are also gonna get a much bigger portion of them agreeing to your conditions, especially if this is going to be a long-term project. They are going to be willing to do a sacrifice on the per video per hour rate if you are going to be using them for like 3 to 6 months. So now that we have the creators on board, we start doing a research on our ideal customer avatar. So this was step 1, finding content creators, and this is basically everything that you need to do in order to find talent. So you start by posting on the different platforms to all the people that you like and that meet your criteria. You send an introductory email or message asking them to fill out this questionnaire for you so that you have them in your internal database or project management software, which in our case is ClickUp. And then you move them through the different stages. So new applicant, approved. So when they move to approved, they are automatically receiving our training. We have a training that we send out to all the content creators because we want them to know how to shoot proper content with all the expectations that we would need, that we would want, or that we expect from them. Plus, they also automatically receive a link to our contract so that they sign the contract. They know the terms of payment, the timeline that they need to keep within. Or after we send them the product, they need to send us the raw files or the clips in like 2 to 3 days time. So if they don't meet the timeline, they're not getting paid as much as we would pay them if they meet all the conditions. So that's how you create a system for finding and sourcing and hiring content creators. Step 2 is basically getting to know your ideal customer. So in order for you to maximize your chances of success on social media, you need to perfectly understand who is the exact person that needs to hear your message, or who are the exact people, because at any given point a business can target multiple different avatars and solve different problems for a variety of different audiences. Honestly, I would advise you to pay very, very close attention to this part right here, because 70% of what we do is research. Like, without proper research, you have absolutely zero chances of success, and I cannot stress this enough. If there is anything you get out of this video, please just let it be this, because if you don't do proper research, you have no chances of success and your ads are gonna fail. So in the first 3 to 5 days after onboarding a brand, we try to find all the different people that could be potential buyers for the product and fill out a customer avatar sheet that I'm going to give you access to so that you can basically use it yourself. And this is basically the link. Let me just copy it so that I can. All right, cool. this is the template that I am giving you. Just follow the link and you will be able to use it yourself. So as you can see here, we are trying to uncover 3 to 5 to 6 different avatars. We type in everything that we know about them here, but let me just continue with the PDF. So we try to give a name, as you can see, to every single one of the avatars of the people that could potentially see our ads. We try to understand their current pain point, their desired future state, because without you, without understanding who you are going to be targeting, you're literally going to be putting your money on fire. So these are some of the questions we want answered from every single brand right after we onboard them, because everything starts here. So we ask them to give us a name of their ideal customer, tell us more about him or her, how do they look like, what do they spend their money on, what do they spend their free time on, how old are they, etc., etc. How do they like to be spoken to, what do they love, what are their biggest fears and pain points, brands that they follow, what makes them buy, what makes them not buy, trigger words, how do they envision their life being in like 5 to 10 years, and then how does your ideal customer not look like, because we don't want to spend our time on people that are never going to buy from us. Thing is that this just sets the foundation for everything that we're going to be doing afterwards, and you want to focus your attention on the 2 to 3 main pain points that your customers are having that you solve. So that's why you want to understand what do they love, biggest fears and pain points. The thing is that most of the time, once again, this is just the foundation. Then we proceed with our own research, but we do it on a different platform or different platforms. So right now I'm going to give you 3 of the best options for you, plus 1 or 2 that are literally like cheat codes, and you can get so much information if you just look at the right places, because they can give you all the insights that you ever need. You can find out absolutely everything about your ideal customer, from what do they eat for breakfast, to who their best friend is, to which is their favorite restaurant, and what's the name of their cat. Like literally you can learn so much. So going back to the template, this is basically what it looks like. Name, age, gender, education, occupation. Describe the avatar in as much detail as you can. What do they want? What do they need? What do they not want? And their pain points. Pain points for every customer avatar, because as you can see here, Mike, the entrepreneur, his pain point is not being able to find sheets that are keeping him cool at night, because he's an entrepreneur. He understands how important sleep is to his business. So we're going to advertise to Mike in a completely different way compared to what we are going to tell to Stacy, who is not being able to sleep because of night sweats during her menopause. So 2 different avatars, 2 completely different angles, 2 completely different approaches that we are going to take if we want to advertise to those people. So method 1 is Amazon reviews. If your brand has a presence on Amazon, open up the product page and just start going through the reviews. Start by checking the 5-star reviews, see if there are any common topics that are reoccurring. If you see something consistently coming up and people commenting on, then this is something your ideal client deeply cares about, and we should definitely pay attention to it, potentially create a whole creative concept around it. We then check the 1-star reviews, another great way to find more about what people care about, what do they not like about your product, or what do they not like about your competitors' product, so that you can use it as a selling point for your own products. You can use your bad reviews to craft your hook in the problem and solution framework that you should already be familiar with. If not, just make a research. Method 2 is going to be Reddit. Start by typing in the search bar product that you're selling and go on from there. For example, if you type in cooling sheets, you're going to see so many threads on like cooling sheets. What are the best cooling sheets? Do they help? Do they not help? Etc. etc. So Reddit is a great place to find more about what your ideal customers care about. Method 3 is going to be your website reviews. One of the best places to do your research, especially if the brand has a lot of reviews. Organize everything into an angle research sheet, such as this one right here. On Google, and keep track of the topics that are coming up most frequently. These are going to be your main angles that you should focus on when creating your content. So as you can see here, you're going to type in gonna just paste the link where you found the comment, the exact comment, and basically the core idea behind the comment, because you might find a lot of different comments, but with the same core idea. So if the same core idea is occurring like 10, 15, 20 times, then you know that this is something that your people, your customers really care about. So this is another concept that you would need to try, and of course you can rate the quality of the review with average, bad, good, etc., so that you know what you are looking at right here. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the 3 platforms. And then bonus, like this is a cheat code. Literally just pay attention to this thing, because using Instagram the right way would allow you to generate so much content ideas that make you so much money, yeah, that you can scale like 2x in like 90 days. This is one of the best methods we have found for researching our ideal customer avatar, using Instagram to find people who follow or have given genuine reviews of the brands that we are working with. It goes without saying that this method is applicable for bigger brands doing 100K plus in monthly sales, because they're just the types of brands that are going to have a decent following on social media and a great amount of social proof, people who have posted pictures with their items, tagged them on Instagram. So you will not only be able to have a peek instead of their actual lifestyle, but you will be able to read about their daily struggles, see what they love doing in their free time, what brands do they like, what inspires them, pretty much everything. For example, right here, you're going to see this guy just giving a review to Hush Blankets Iced 2.0, I think sheets, or was it like the weighted blanket? Yeah, it's the weighted blanket. In love, I cannot say it enough. I love it. Since the girls were born, I've been up early, just the way it has been recently with everything going on in my life. I've been waking up at 4 a.m. with anxiety. Anxiety is one of the core problems that these weighted blankets are treating. So tossing and turning until I eventually get out of bed. This could be a whole like hook concept for you. Current situation or problem, I have been waking up at 4 a.m. with anxiety, tossing and turning, won't be able to go to bed, having an unproductive day. So this is going to be the hook. This is going to be a problem that you're going to target people with. Not anymore. Introducing the product. Ever since I got Hush Iced 2.0, my anxiety is gone. So the problem is solved. This could be a whole concept in itself. I've heard amazing things about this blanket. The blanket sounds absolutely amazing. Definitely need to try it out. So like, this guy has given us a proper review, and then we can go on his Instagram, see what does he like to do, what's his favorite place for drinking coffee, where was he last time on a vacation, etc., etc. So you can learn a lot about your ideal customers if you use Instagram properly. When doing research, please make sure to spend some time looking at the tagged section of the IG account of the brand, see what the type of person that is following them, and learn more about their followers. This is best done on a laptop, so start by opening most recent posts with the highest engagement, have a look at the captions, etc., etc. Study their posts, what they're interested in, and now you know who are the people that you want to target. One more way, a cheat code: use your comment section of your ads on Facebook, because you're going to learn so much of for your ideal customers through the comment section of your ads that, once again, you can create different concepts out of the comments that you get there. All right, cool. So now you know who to target. You know you have the content creators in place. Now you need to produce the content, and I'm going to introduce you to a concept which we have named, and use this naming to differentiate this concept. So modular creatives. The next step of the process is to actually produce your creatives. There are a few core concepts that we follow here that allow us to create a system producing like 50 to 60 video ad creatives every single month for each of the brands that we work with, and it's what we like to call modular UGC creatives. Cool. So what's a modular UGC creative? Most people think that a good ad has a hook, a call to action, and just anything in between, but using this approach, it will not give you full control of the ad creative, because you will not be able to really understand what exactly made the viewer click on the ad and basically what resonated with the people that are watching the ad. So this is why we build our content in modules or building blocks. Filming the videos in building blocks would be beneficial for two main reasons. First of all, it's going to give you the ability to reuse the content instead of having to film new ads every single time. Because if you have one ad creative, start to finish, and that's the only asset that you have, you are going to be able to use this ad creative only once, and you are not going to be able to reuse everything that's inside of this ad creative, because this ad creative consists of a hook, a call to action, unboxing shots, product demonstration, showing the benefits before and afters, etc., etc. So there are going to be a lot of small parts of this ad that comprise to the full ad. And if you have only one asset, you're not going to be able to reuse it, rebuild it, change the hook, change the sequence of the parts that are coming up, because, for example, when you have a clip for unboxing that is good, you will be able to use the same unboxing clip for creating multiple different variations and multiple different ads, because you can use the same unboxing as the second part. In video A, you can use unboxing as a hook in video B, and then you can use the unboxing part, for example, I don't know, at the end of the body right before the call to action, so that you give people the unboxing experience. So you can just play around with different parts of the creative. You can start by showing the problem, you can start by showing the before and after, you can start by showing the desired results, and your desired result in the one case. The first case could be a hook, and the second case it could be the call to action. So there's so much flexibility if you use building blocks to build your creatives, that once again, if you have one ad concept or only one script, but you are able to dissect the ad and see the building blocks that are used to build this ad, then you can rearrange the building blocks, and that way you're going to get like a completely different ad with a completely different hook and completely different sequence. It's basically the same, but it's completely different. So your buyers, your customers are going to perceive it as a completely different ad. So you're not going to experience ad fatigue. And you're just going to have so much flexibility that you will not need to film a new ad every time. You can just reuse the building blocks of your ad creatives. Second of all, filming ads and building blocks will be extremely powerful when you analyze the performance of the creative with your media buying team, because we have created a spreadsheet that allows us to create correlations between the ROI of the ad and the performance ROI of the ad and the performance of the the performance of the different building blocks. You can see where the drop-off is happening. Try to improve the ad by removing the parts that perform bad and adding the parts that perform well. So there is a tool that you can use that we have started using lately. It's called Motion. Previously we were using these Google spreadsheets, but anyway, Motion is pretty much the same. It just costs more. So if you don't have the money, use Google. Hold rate, we knew what's the hold rate, which means basically the thumbs up rate, how many people stop scrolling for the first 3 seconds of the video. This will tell you how powerful the hook is. 37% in this case, 13%. No, sorry, not hold rate, thumbs up rate. Thumbs up rate is the thing that I'm referring to as a hook rate, how many people stop scrolling for the first 3 seconds. So in one case, it might be 19%. In the other case, it might be 50%. So apparently this hook is good, but the return on ad spend is pretty low. It's 1.1. Still positive, but it's like pretty low compared to 3.82 with a thumbs up rate of 20%. So if you take this hook right here that has a 50% thumbs up rate and put it with pair it with the ad that has a 4x return on spend, you can expect this ad to have an even higher return on spend, because more people are going to stop the scroll, more people are going to proceed to watching the video, which is the hold rate. So basically the hold rate tells you how many people proceed to watching the next 15 seconds of the ad after watching the hook. So 40% of the people that watched the hook watched the ad for another 14 seconds. This would mean that the hold rate is pretty good. In this case, with the 50% hook rate, the hold rate is terrible. So apparently what comes right after the hook is not good. So you can just change what comes right after the hook. That's why you shoot content in building blocks, because if the body part is bad, then you can just swap it with a completely different body and have the same hook, which will allow you to create a completely new creative. And then, you analyze where the drop-off happens, 25%, 50%, 75%, so that you can swap the different building blocks and, create new creatives. Now that you understand why do you film the content in building blocks, and basically this is what brands like. What's that? That's Dr. Squatch? Yeah, Dr. Squatch. So let's see. We have a problem. My boyfriend stinks. So I think that this is the hook. Yeah, this is the hook. My boyfriend stinks. So every single woman that can say the same thing for her boyfriend is gonna resonate with this ad, and of course they're gonna like proceed watching the video. Have a problem. My boyfriend stinks. Let's see what comes next. This is what we used. Let me put this sound on. Introducing the product. So that's product introduction. Yeah, product demonstration using the product.
If you smell like this all the time, things would be better.
Smells like you could be a sexy parrot. A benefit. Oatmeal, this is basically the ingredients. Skin feels so soft. This is another benefit. Feels clean, benefit. Smells like pine tar right now, benefit. Exfoliating the skin underneath my beard, benefit. So these are just different benefits that you can use to pair with like different hooks, different product introductions, different testimonials, etc., etc. How does it feel? Testimonial. Why don't you get in here? Super smooth, benefit, fresh, benefit, testimonial sentence, and then can basically they can rearrange the sequence how this comes up. If you want to please your partner, get some Dr. Squatch. That's the call to action. So you see that this is the way people use or brands like Dr. Squatch use modular creatives to produce a lot of content on a monthly basis. So the building blocks are going to be hook. This is basically usually the first 1 to 3 seconds of the ad. I'm not going to go into detail. Things TikTok made me buy, part 59, the TikTok question bubble, TikTok response bubble. Can you do your biggest glass? I would assume that this is about cleaning something. Unboxing is another building block, pretty self-explanatory. Problem. The problem block is meant to address the issue. So for example, in this case, the problem block is going to be my boyfriend stinks. If we're selling an acne serum, the problem is acne. If we are selling crankless windows, the problem are the cranks that are consistently breaking and not working properly. So this could be your hook. If you're selling the daily planner, the problem could be sticky notes all over your desk that not help you at all to organize your day. This could be another problem that you can use as a hook, or as another part of the ad. Agitation. Usually, what comes right after you present the problem, used to elaborate on the problem that the potential customers might be having. You use to describe the current situation of the viewer and build more trust or make him understand his problem better and resonate with the video. These are just a few of the building blocks, and there are much more, like product introduction, product demonstration, benefits, features, call to action, etc., etc. If you want to get all of them, just shoot me an email with this email, and I'm just going to send them over to you. So next we move into the script writing templates, and this is another gift that I'm going to give to you to use for yourself. This is the template that you are going to get. So this is basically what we use internally, that we send to our content creators, so they understand like what's the hook or like what the shot category needs to be. In this case, it's hook. It could be product demonstration. It could be unboxing. It could be like, I don't know, benefit, etc., etc. Scene description, you describe the scene, how everything should look like. Line copy, this is basically what the influencer or the content creator needs to say, exactly the exact words, and of course the location that they need to film in. So let's break this down for you. Hypothesis, this is the goal of your creative, like what is the idea that you are testing right now, the overall direction of the creative. You need to fill this out for every brief, and you should always have a goal for all the creatives that you're testing, angles that you're testing, examples of videos that you like, that you want to recreate. And at that point, you are done with the fundamentals of the creative, and now you need to do like proper research. And after you do the proper research, you should be easily able to fill out the rest of the sheet. Photos needed. If you need any photos from a content creator, shot category, this is basically the building block. Roll clip, this is the number. We use it just for the sake of like naming stuff, because obviously the name of this clip, number 3, is going to be agitation 3. This one is going to be agitation 4. This is going to be intro product 5. So in that case, we can arrange internally into different folders, the different shot categories that we get: scene description, line copy, location. If you don't need all the roles, just leave them blank. And yeah, you can access this template right here. We usually create 5 to 10 different scripts that are like completely different from each other because we want to test as much concepts as we can within the first iteration of the ads. And yeah, we also test 3 different hooks per script. That way you can multiply your creative variations. So out of 10 scripts, you could get like 30 different ads. The purpose of filling in building blocks is for you to be able to arrange your content in different folders. As you can see right here, in 3, 4, 6 months, you're going to have so much content that your video editor can just like go inside and pick the different building blocks that they want to use, pick some voiceovers, unboxing, social proof, product demonstrations, B-roll, etc., and create like 100 plus creatives per month. And this is what our strategists use to brief our video editing team. It's the easiest way for them to communicate between each other. And here, once again, another template that you can basically use for your content creation team. So we give them the creative name, we give them the block that they have to use, for example, agitation 5, voiceover, voiceover 5, captions that we need to write on the screen, we give them the duration, we give them the sound, and then the video editors basically do everything themselves. We do this for the different briefs and scripts. For example, as you can see right here, hook, problem, and alternative. This is going to be video 1. Hook and alternative, product introduction. This is going to be video 2, and then this is going to be video 3, video 5, video 4, video 6, etc., etc. And yeah, this is where you would need to. This is when you would need to create your post-production system, which is basically the next step of the process. So you already have the creator. Already have done your research, you know your avatars, you have already scripted the content. Now you need to send the briefs, send all the briefs to the content creator, get them back from them with raw files, send the right naming conventions, and then send these exact briefs to your video editor so that he can create exactly what you want. Post-production and team communication mastery is the next thing. So we use ClickUp, as we have found out to be the easiest way for the team to communicate without the need of sending hundreds of Slack messages where things just get lost all the time. So as you can see here, this is the ClickUp automation or ClickUp project management list dashboard that we use for content editing specifically, to edit, to review. So re-edit, get 4x5 variations ready for launch, and then complete it. So when you, I'm going to actually explain to you what everything means. So whenever the creative strategist is ready with the briefs for the video editors, they upload the project in the to edit section and tag the video editor that will be responsible for editing. So as you can see right here, in this case, the orange thing is the video editor. So they're being tagged and they start working on the project. Within 24, 48 hours, the edit is done and moved to review section, where the strategist reviews the content. If any extra edits are needed, the project is moved to re-edit, and then the video editor is re-editing the videos. If not, then it just goes to the 4x5 variations, because the reason for this is we create our content. First, we create a 9x16 variation, and then if everything is fine, we produce the 4x5 as well. After the 4x5 versions are completed, we are ready for launch, and this is where we tag our media buyers so that they know that this piece of content is ready to be used in the ads manager, and that's step 5 of the process, the distribution. Cool. I hope that everything that I have just laid out makes perfect sense. This is basically pretty much everything that you need to know before you produce your first iteration of ads. Then we have the distribution, and the step 6 is going to be iteration and analysis of your winners or losers, or overall your creatives. I hope this all makes sense. I've given you so much information that, like, just click the like button on this YouTube video if you're watching it on YouTube. If you're watching it somewhere else, just, I don't know, do something positive, please. It means a lot. Cool. So step 5, we distribute all of the completed content on platforms such as Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, where we try to generate the highest returns for our clients. We're not going to dive deep into media buying because this is just could take like 5 more hours to to discuss. Step 6 is analysis and iteration. Created your content, you launched some ads, and this is what most people think is needed to succeed, but the thing is that they are wrong, because most likely the first batch of creatives you produce is not going to be super successful, and that's the sad truth. You cannot really expect to be successful within the first batch of creators that you produce, because analyzing and iterating on the winning concept is as important as any other step of the system, because you need to understand why and what is working so that you can produce more of it. This should be your competitive advantage, as most people disregard this step of the process and mindlessly create hundreds of different creatives without learning anything from them. To analyze the performance of our creatives, as I said earlier, we use Motion, which is a paid tool, fantastic tool. I cannot recommend it enough. That allows you to order your data and see, like, at any given point, your return on ad spend, your cost per click, your average play time, your thumbs up rate, your hold rate, etc., etc. So it gives your strategists a super clear picture about what's working and the metrics behind every ad creative inside of the ad account. They don't need to actually enter the TikTok Ads Manager, the Facebook Ads Manager, because it might be confusing to them if they are creative strategists without any media buying experience. So just give them Motion. You just have to make sure that your naming conventions are on point. And these are the key metrics that we are paying attention to when analyzing the soft metrics, or not even the soft metrics, like all of the metrics for a creative. Thumbs up rate, which is a 3-second video play divided by the impressions. Our benchmark is 35% plus. Use this metric to judge the effectiveness of the hook. The more scrolls you stop, the more people hear about your product, the more sales you are going to make. Hold rate is through plays divided by 3-second video plays. Defines whether or not what comes right after the hook is engaging. Generally, the higher the better. CTR, click-through rate, of course, this is something that you should be aware of. We aim for 1.5% plus, but that does not always mean high return on ad spend, because we have had clients with 0.2% click-through rate and 4x plus return on ad spend. So use this as a benchmark. 1% is good, 1.5% is incredible, 2% is out of this world. So use this as a benchmark. Don't use it to make your decisions based on click rate. CTP is basically clicks to purchase, which tells you out of the people that clicked, what percentage of them made a purchase. So this tells you what the quality of your traffic is and how persuasive your ad is. CPA, you should know what this is. So this is going to be the most common. These are going to be the most common iterations that you would do. So you've created content. Now you need to create iterations or variations based on the learnings that you have gathered. First of all, you want to squeeze as much as you can out of the winners. So try new hooks, exchange the first 3 seconds of the ad, new captions, new thumbnail, new music. So the platform is actually going to perceive it as a completely different ad creative. It's going to show it to a different set of people. And if it's a winner, if it's a proven winner, just by changing the thumbnail, potentially you can reach a whole new audience with the same amount of success as your previous winner. You then analyze the winners and create iterate on the winning building blocks. So if you see that this hook has a 50% hook rate, you create something similar, potentially use a different content creator or use a different caption on top of the screen, but try to maintain the whole idea consistent between the different hooks. Just potentially use different content creators. Body, avatar, call to action, big promise, etc., etc. For example, if you see that this customer avatar is consistently performing well, then you create more ads for targeting this specific avatar, speaking to their exact problems, pain points, etc., etc. Analyze the winners, you remove the losing blocks, and then you replace them with proven winners. For example, if you have a hook that's a loser, but the body is crushing it, the body is killing it, and the ad has a 10% hook rate, but 5x return on ad spend, then you remove the hook with something more engaging, and then you increase your chances of success the next time around. And this is basically it. This is how brands like True Classic, Ridge Wallet, Javi, Dr. Squatch are able to scale their ad spend to 7 figures a month. is by having a bulletproof system to deliver converting ad creatives on a daily basis. So we've used the same system to generate millions of dollars in sales for D2C brands that we have worked with. And as I promised you in the beginning, some examples, like we are not as big as Javi Coffee, as rich, like a 9-figure business. True Classic, as you saw, $250 million in 4 years. But the system works for no matter the caliber of clients that we work with. Usually 50K plus is the absolute minimum that we take on board and produce like such good results for. As you can see here, last year $1.2 billion in sales for this brand right here. This brand, we took them from like 1 to 2K a day in sales to 10 to 12K consistently. You can see like the growth curve is like pretty self-explanatory of what we were able to achieve. Here, 1 month, 800K net profit. Of course, 40% decrease compared to the month before, because previous month was December, where like we scaled to the moon, but 5.5x return on ad spend, which is 3.5% higher. And just the ad spend was lower. Here, $1 million in sales with 60% increase in year-over-year sales. Pretty clear. Here, $1.8 million in sales in just like 1 month, 16% increase compared to the month before. Black Friday, Cyber Monday, 400K in sales in like a week or something. Here, $53,000 in spent, 285 in generated sales, 5.4x on TikTok. So that's pretty much it. Like, I really hope that you have found this document useful, and I really hope that you're gonna actually implement the things that I have presented to you. Of course, if you are interested in us implementing everything of the above completely done for you, just book a call with us. There's no strings attached. We're going to analyze your business, see whether or not this would actually make sense for you. We're going to talk to your team, and we're going to make sure to give you a no-brainer offer. So here is a link to our calendar. I'm probably going to have it somewhere around this video. So appreciate your time. I really hope that this document was extremely valuable for you. This is pretty much everything that we do to scale our clients to 7 and 8 figure in sales per year. So if you want to be our next successful case study, feel free to book a call with me. If not, I look forward to seeing you in the next video. If you enjoyed it, just hit the like button. Nothing's gonna happen to you if you do it. So please do it. And yeah, that's pretty much everything. Appreciate your time.